expedited, and that we have the 20 required days notice.
The notice was circulated to all property owners within 120 meters. Within 120 meters of the subject property on May 17th. Notice was mailed to all the agencies as required under the Planning Act and was also published on the township website on May 18th. And the calendar, and it was posted on the property on May 16th by the applicant.
Thank you very much. The 20-day notice having been given, I now declare this meeting properly constituted to transact its business. Any person wishing to receive written notice of the adoption of the amendment being considered at this meeting must leave their name and mailing address with the township clerk in writing via email at info@mcnabbbraeside.com. As required by section 34, subsection 14.5 of the Planning Act, council is required to inform the public of who is entitled to appeal to the local planning appeal tribunal under sections 34, subsection 11 and subsection 19. Under section 34, subsection 11, if council decides to refuse an application or refuses or neglects to make a decision on an application within 120 days of the municipal clerk receiving the application, the applicant or the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing may appeal to the local planning appeal tribunal by filing an appeal with the clerk of the municipality. Section 34, subsection 19 states no later than 20 days after giving the notice of passing of the bylaw, the applicant, any person or public body who made oral submissions at the public meeting or made a written submission to council before the bylaw was passed, or the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing may appeal to the local planning appeal tribunal by filing an appeal with the clerk of the municipality. Would the clerk please give a description of the proposed amendment?
The proposed zoning bylaw amendment. The purpose of this amendment is to rezone a portion of a 17-hectare property to permit 2 new 1.03 hectare residential lots. The current rural zone permits low-density residential uses and requires a minimum of 7.5 meter front yard setback for buildings and structures. Larger minimum front yard setbacks are required so that the future dwelling on each lot will meet the required MDS separation 1 from the horse barn located across the road. The effect of the proposed zoning amendment is to rezone the proposed lots from rural to rural exception 40 to implement a minimum 75 meter front yard setback for severed lot B1-21 and to rural exception 41 to implement a minimum 41 meter front yard setback for severed lot B221. All other provisions of the zoning bylaw would apply. Additional information regarding the zoning bylaw was available at the township office. Applications B1 and 2 are also being considered concurrently with this application. The notice was dated May 17th, 2021 and signed by Angela Young, Deputy Clerk.
Thank you very much. Are there any written comments received?
Yes, there was. Enbridge does not object to the proposed application, however, reserves the right to amend their development conditions. The Township Septic Department has no comments or concerns. The French Public School has no comments or concerns, and that's everything.
Thanks very much. Mr. Haworth, anything to add?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. No, I don't have anything to add. The committee has my report, and that the staff recommendation was that the applications be approved as the application is to facilitate severance applications for the creation of 2 new lots. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'm just going to toggle back out here. Make sure I have my script right. Are there any members of the public that wish to speak to the amendment? And if you do, please state your name.
Hello, my name is Forbes Simon. I'm with JP2G Consulting, and I represent Mr. Sparling. I appreciate the position of the county planner, and I'm available for any questions if you have any.
Thank you very much. Any other members of the public on the line?
Yes, I believe it's the applicant.
Okay, well, the next portion then would be for the owner or the agent of the property to speak. So we'll have those people wait just a couple of minutes, and if there's anybody else from the public, then we'll let them proceed.
It's just those two.
Oh, all right then. Then we can move ahead to the owner or the agent of the property that wishes to speak to the amendment.
Mr. Chair, again, it's Forbes Simon. I don't think that we have anything further to add. Our cover letter, I think, summarized things, and the planning assessment was captured very well by the county planner, and I appreciate that very much. So I'm available if there are any questions, but I have nothing further to add at this time.
Thank you very much, sir. Any questions or comments from the committee? No? Okay, just let me toggle back out here, sorry. This therefore completes the public meeting process. Council will give careful consideration to the arguments for and or against the zoning amendment requested for this property. The bylaw will be brought forward to the June 15th meeting of council for consideration of passing. Should this bylaw be passed, a notice of passing will then be circulated as required under the Planning Act, and there would be an appeal period after the notice of passing was sent out of 20 days. I declare this public meeting closed. Thank you.